Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com, and today's customer service video question of the day comes from Quora. Question is, people who have worked in a call center, what is the most valuable thing you learned from being there? Okay, so little background, I worked in a call center for a mutual fund company back in 2007, 2008. If you know anything about anything, you know the economy, not so fun right around that time. Which you could imagine, working in an investment-related call center, not so fun around that time. That's not what I'm really going to talk about in this video today. This can be generalized about any time period, any type of business, because working in a call center, not so fun most of the time. Anywhere, anytime, ever. Not considered to be a good job. Not a job anyone likes unless there may be some kind of psychopath or something. So, okay, we'll start with that. What is the valuable thing that you can learn from working in a terrible job that no one likes where you're treated poorly? Well, it's not anything. Some people talk about learning character lessons. They learn how to strengthen their ability to take direction or be bossed around or do as they're told or suppress their emotions and pretend they're not angry when people abuse them all day long, as if these were valuable skills or useful things for a human being. They're only useful if you want to be in a subservient position, being bossed around and screamed at and yelled at by people who hate you, doing something you hate because you feel like you have no choice to get a little bit of money out of the deal. We've all been there to various degrees, various extents, but I don't think it's something that we should celebrate as some sort of skill or some sort of character lesson. Oh, I'm so good at working somewhere I hate, being abused every day, hating my life but keeping my mouth shut about it. This is not a valuable lesson to take from working in a call center. But there are some lessons you can take from it. There are some lessons that I personally took from it, both business-wise and personally. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video today. Number one, personally, yes, like I said, that's not a fun job. It's not an enjoyable job. You're not treated well. You're not treated with respect. And as much as most companies talk about advancement, what, you're going to advance to being the piss break timer, the nerd who nitpicks over the words people say, the boss who yells at people for being late or wearing the wrong kind of pants. That's not the kind of advancement you really should be very interested in unless you're very unambitious. So it's not that. But you go in there every day and you realize this job sucks, and you realize something else, that as much as companies or anyone will tell you, like, oh, just work hard and work your way up in the company, maybe, but if you go in there and you're the best call center agent ever, where I worked, there were people who'd been call center agents there for 20 plus years, and they sat there every day of their lives reading off a script. Thank you for calling the company, what is your customer name today, how can I help you? And they would still get lectured about piss breaks. They would still get lectured about saying the wrong word. They get generally upset. Oh, no, I don't want to get in trouble. That's not what you want. But getting to the lesson there, whether you advance in that world or not, no one is going to, you're not going to get anywhere just because you show up and you do the thing to the best of your ability and try hard. You're not going to get anywhere except maybe slightly higher in that role. Maybe you'll be so good at it they don't want to promote you because they need you there answering those calls. So if you want more for yourself, for your life, for your future family, for everyone, for anything, you're going to have to make it happen yourself, and you're going to have to make it happen outside of that call center. Just being good at working in a call center isn't going to get you anywhere. But you can learn things while you're in that environment. For example, what I do now is I help businesses get their customer service right. I help with customer retention, customer satisfaction, yes, the actual act of customer service when necessary, but really preventing that from ever being necessary as much as possible. I have a unique approach to this. I keep things simple. I eliminate and avoid a lot of the corporate complexity and bullshit and all the stuff that makes customer service such a horrible job in these conventional businesses. It's decentralized, remote, easy, effective. But how did I learn to do this? I learned to do this over years, and yes, trial and error in later positions, later clients, helping them get stuff right, figure things out as I went. But a strong baseline for that was seeing how things were done in that call center back when I worked there, their procedures, their methods of managing people, their philosophies of things, and you're probably going to say, oh yeah, it's a big company. They know what they're doing. There's probably a lot you can learn from their advanced methods that they've perfected over the years. Maybe there is. But that's not what I'm going to say. I'm going to say the exact opposite. I learned sitting in that call center with a thing plugged into my head, beep, reading off a script, that most of what conventional customer service has become is wrong and backwards and ineffective and actually counterproductive. And that by essentially eliminating all of it, starting over from scratch, you get back to what customer service originally was, what it should be, which is a business that provides a product or service. If there's an issue or question or problem with that product or service, then you help the customer to resolve that issue, and then you go in and you find the cause of that issue and make sure that it'll never happen again, whenever possible at least. It's not about timing piss breaks. It's not about people reading off of scripts. It's about having people who work there, who understand the business, who understand the products, who understand the customers and the customers' requests and what they're looking for, and can fix that thing intelligently, answer the question, solve the problem as a human being. Not as a mindless NPC plugged into a machine, reading a procedures guide, reading a script. If customer asks about this, read script 17X. Thank you for calling company's name. I'll be happy to help you, Mr. Customer's last name. May I verify the required security information, sir? Useless. Useless. Not what you want. You want a real person. Whether it's chat, whether it's email, whether it's phone. If you choose to use phone, I think people should be getting away from phone for customer service. It's highly inefficient and leads to a lot of NPC behavior, piss break timing, things you don't want in your business, things that turn your customer service agent, the face of your company, the person who's talking to your customers, from someone who knows what they're doing, ready, available to help the customer, takes it from that to someone making $7 an hour plugged into a machine in a gray cubicle with fluorescent lights flickering overhead, looking at his watch every 30 seconds, wait until he get out of there so he can go have a smoke or eat fast food on the way home, hating his life, reading off a script, hating you, hating your company, hating your products, hating your customers, and trying to suppress all of it just long enough to earn enough money to cover his bills for the week. That guy is not ever going to provide good customer service, and the conventional customer service industry is based around that guy. That's why my approach is different. That's why it has to be different, because that approach, I saw it firsthand how it does not work. The only people who thrive in that environment are insane. Literally, the people who've been there for 20 plus years doing that, out of their goddamn minds. You would not want to speak to these people if you met them on the street. They wouldn't be capable of having a human conversation with you. They would default into weird catchphrases and just something's gone up there. The people who actually thrive in that environment are not right in the head. So if you are right in the head and you are working in that sort of environment, see what you can learn from it. And yes, a lot of learning is seeing what doesn't work, seeing what people think works but doesn't. And I was there long enough to see a bigger picture. Not just that reading off scripts pisses people off. It does, but why do people have to read off scripts? Well, because you hire the cheapest, dumbest people that don't want to be there. Well, why don't they want to be there? Well, because you treat them poorly, you make them read off scripts, you time their piss breaks, you threaten to punish them for various things, you listen to every word they say, you treat them like children. Well, okay, and the pay's low. So who's going to take that job? People who are desperate, people who don't have any other choices, and like I said, those people aren't going to do a very good job, so how do you make them do a very good job? More systems, more monitoring, more harassment, more scripts, more procedures, more measures to try to take that low-end person and force them to perform at a higher level, and the complexity breeds off of itself. One complex piece adds more complexity, and then they have to put a Band-Aid, a fix on top of that, and you see, when you work there, how this stuff has stacked and stacked and stacked over the years and resulted in a system that just doesn't work for anyone, and it's barely hanging together with Band-Aids and chewing gum and tape and all this bullshit. But really, if you're running a small business, if you're running an online business, especially side hustle down to multi-million-dollar revenue. I used to run customer service for James Altucher, for those familiar with him. Literally multi-million-dollar revenue, thousands of customers. We did this with 2 people in the Philippines and a guy named Ron. So it can be done. It can be done very simply, profitably, effectively, but you got to do it in a way that most people are not willing to do or are not even aware of doing. That's what I learned working in a call center. I learned it after that as well, but a lot of those insights, a lot of seeing what goes wrong and how badly it can go wrong, and how it got that way, and more importantly, how these companies delude themselves into thinking that it's good when it's actually terrible. I learned all that working in a call center. They have all these metrics that they track, these numbers, but working there, not liking the job, not wanting to be harassed or punished by the boss, you quickly find the loopholes in the metrics that they're looking for. So when you're talking to a customer in one of these environments, you're thinking, what are they grading me on? I'm going down the checklist. I have to say this, 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 and this, and this. And you're not thinking, this guy's a customer. He bought a thing from this company. It's not working right. He's having trouble with it. How can I fix this? You're thinking, there's a team of nerds listening to everything I say, looking for excuses to punish me. I better follow right down this script and do as they say. And it's the same higher up. When that guy gets promoted to being a manager, then he's looking at the numbers for his team. And his team is not getting the right kind of numbers, so he finds a loophole, a trick, a hack, some way to get around it. The motivation is taken completely away from helping the customer, from making the company more money, from anything like that. It's completely shifted to hitting arbitrary benchmarks and metrics that were created by a team of nerds somewhere with PowerPoint slides and khaki pants, and multiply this by 50 plus years in the conventional customer service industry. I don't know exactly when this stuff began, but at least 50 years, probably longer. This has been multiplying and multiplying, adding complexity, decreasing quality, and you get what we have right now. So that's what I learned. I saw firsthand how bad it is, how broken it is. And yes, the years I was working there directly, I didn't have all the answers on how to fix it, but I saw how bad it was and I knew it had to be better. So from that experience going forward in my career, I learned other things. I tried things. I got in positions where I was empowered to try things. When I was running customer service for Altucher, that was a great sandbox. We had thousands of customers, like I said, and things were starting to go bad, not by anyone's fault, and I was brought in to fix it. And I didn't know how to fix it, but I had a lot of data to play around with, a lot of experiences, a lot of customers, and in that sandbox I learned what needed to be done to get things right, and that's what I help businesses with now. So, if you work in a call center, try to get something useful from it, but also, for your own sake, try to get the hell out of there. Try to make money on the side. Learn that your boss doesn't, that's another lesson, personal lesson. Learn that call center or otherwise, your boss doesn't give a shit about you. You will be fired as soon as it's cheaper or better or somehow expedient to do so, and they won't think twice about it. They don't have your back. They don't care about you at all. And even if they're nice to you, I don't say this as a mean thing. The guy could be very friendly. He could like you as a person, but when the time comes, you're gone. And if you are relying on one source of income, whether it's a job, whether it's a client, whatever it is, if that covers most or all of your bills, you have to kiss that person's ass. They own you, and you don't want that. So there's another lesson. I just tack that on in the end here. Diversify your income streams, and you can do that with things that you learn in your job right now. So getting a little long, I'll wrap this video up here. As always, like I said, now I do these videos every weekday on a customer service topic. I do them on Quora. I also post these on YouTube now. So depending where you're watching, like, upvote, thumbs up, subscribe, follow, whatever the platform you're watching it on has. If you have a customer service question for me, ask me on Quora, or if you're on YouTube, ask me in the comments here on this video. I may answer it in a future video. Otherwise, and of course, like I said, I write about this stuff as well, both on Quora and on my website, 8020service.com. So if you're interested, go there, get on the email list. I've got some announcements coming soon. Otherwise, I'm wrapping this up, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.